Guys, it's Undiscovered Beauty One here, and I'm back to film a collective MAC haul. I went to MAC probably about a few weeks ago, so I picked up a few things at MAC counter and at CCO, and I also got a sample of something from the Lancome counter, but I'll get into that briefly. So if you want to see what I got, stay tuned. So I'm gonna start with the stuff I got from CCO because that still has the price tags on them, and I can get through that quickly. So I went to CCO. If you're not familiar with CCO, CCO is called the Cosmetic Company Outlet, and they pretty much carry all of the Estee Lauder makeup line, which is MAC, Bobbi Brown, Smashbox, few things from Lancome, Clinique, and somebody else. I can't think of who it is, but I pretty much go there for all my MAC needs and some of my Clinique items that I like to get at a very low price. So if you have a CCO by you, check them out, because if you have like something that you use on an everyday basis, you can find it there for maybe $5, $6, $7, possibly even $10 cheaper. Because what I found when I went at this trip blew my mind away. I couldn't even believe it. So I definitely had to jump on it. But enough rambling about what I found at CCO. I'm going to get into it and show you what I bought. So the first thing I got was, I'm going to go, I'll do the light stuff first. So I found this cream sheen glass and pagoda. And I remember when I had picked this up at the Nordstrom to go pair it over Saint Germain. So this was, my receipt's still in the bag. It was $14, and I believe it's maybe $18. So that's like a $4 savings right there. So if you like to save money, you better check CCO out. So here is pagoda, and I don't know if you can tell from the light because if it'll be picking up. There it goes. So it's like a nice little pink, which they told me it's really nice to pair over Saint Germain. So I'm gonna swatch a little for you. Hopefully my swatch, oh yeah, my swatch will come out. So that's what it looks like, and it's a really nice consistency. So I remember picking it up before and I liked it, so I was like, oh, I better get another one because it was only 14 bucks. So I couldn't beat that. And I'm glad I got my makeup wipes on handy, so then I can just wipe all this stuff off. So the next thing I got was a eyebrow pencil. The eyebrow pencil that I've been currently using from MAC was Stud. Stud is a little too dark for me now since we're transitioning into fall to winter. So I really wanted to have Spike because that's what my mother had, and I felt like, oh, it's my mother, I should have the same. But the lady was like, oh no, this looks a lot better on you. And of course it was summertime, so it was okay. I liked it because it gave me like a dark, dramatic look, but I really liked Spike because it was natural looking. And I didn't look like my eyebrows was drawn on. But I got the eyebrow pencil for $11.25, and I couldn't beat that. So, and my bag just fell. Blah. So, I got Spiked, and I'm going to swatch that for you. Blah, blah, blah. So, try to swatch it a little bit. But if you can see, it's like a, I don't even know if it's going to pick it up. But yeah, it's like a light brown, natural brown looking. So I liked it. I'm like, it worked for me. So now I got it clicked up for where I need to use it to draw in for my eyebrows. So that's cool. So yeah, again, this was $11.25. So you can find some of your basic things that you use there every day at CCO. And then the last thing I got from CCO, which I could not believe, was the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Facial Primer. This puppy was $32. And I was like, I walked in, like, I couldn't believe it. I walked in and I was like looking around, and I looked down and I'm like, that's the first thing I saw. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this has been on my to buy list for the longest. So when I seen it there, I had to get it. And this primer is basically Very highly recommended for women of color. This gives us a natural glow. So I was like, I have to have it. So, and of course, they say it's like, it makes your skin oily. I had a sample of this, and it was funny because I used it in the summertime and my face did not really get that oily as a lot of the comments said on MACcosmetics.com, but I didn't see any difference. But I mean, it's wintertime, so I have combination skin, so I'm gonna, well, it's not, back that up. It's fall going into wintertime, so I'm gonna use it once it gets a little colder and my skin will become a little dry, so this will be real good and hydrating on my skin. So yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I picked that up. So I was happy. And then when I went back the following week, they still had some more, and I should have got some then, but I didn't. So that's what I got when I went to CCO. And then after I left CCO, because I was really looking for a foundation, and of course they had the foundation I wanted, which was Studio Tech, but they had it in NW50. So I was like, oh no, I'm not buying it. It's a shade too dark. I don't think so. And it was really at a good price too. It was like $28, and I was so devastated. I'm like, why couldn't y'all have NW45? Why? And if they could ever get like the studio concealers, that would make my day. But I had to go to Nordstrom's, so I went to Nordstrom's and I picked up, as I'm wiping off my little swatches there, I picked up a few things to go with what I got at CCO. So the first thing I went and looked for was, I broke down and got another foundation. So I went ahead and got the Match Master, and I got this in 8. So I was like, I went to the counter and I said, I think I'm gonna try a new foundation. So they was like, well, what do you want to try? I said, I like Studio Tech. I've been using Studio Tech. So they was like, well, if you like Studio Tech, then you know what I do. Well, I think you should try. So they was like, I think Match Master would be a pretty good fit for you. Or maybe for your body. I said, well, let's try, the Match Master. So, of course, she tried it on me, and she paired it with some other things. She put the prep and primer on there, so you know how they do. They make you look flawless, and then you're like, oh, okay, get. And next thing you know, you get at the counter, and you're like, whoa, how much did I spend? So, yes, she talked me into getting this, which I needed another foundation. And then the next thing she had me pick up was the Select Sheer Press Powder, and I got that in NC55, and I was like, whoa, what color was that? But it was NC55, so it was like cool, of course, not warm time. So I said, oh, okay, so not gonna blind you, but this is what it looks like. So it's just like a pressed powder to give it like a finishing look. And of course my receipt's not in the bag, but I believe this was $28. I will try to list the prices if I can remember. But yeah, so I picked that up. And then the next thing she put on me, because I was talking about concealer, so I wanted to get the one in the little glass with the pump, if you know what I'm talking about. But then she was like, oh no, I got something even better. That's that thing. I said, oh. And then she was like, I got something even better. And what did she pop up with? Voila. She pops up with this MAC Prep and Prime highlighter. And it was in Peach Luster. And I was like, what color is that? Like, what are you about? And she was like, oh, it's peach. Because you look like you have, she was like, you have red undertones. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever that means. So I guess she told me you just pop this open, twist this in the makeup, in the primer stuff. Like, I guess you start to move the brush, and then the primer, you prime where you want to do your little areas. So like that. So yeah, that's what she told me. So this, I believe, was like $20-something. Again, I'm sorry, I don't remember the prices. It was like a few weeks ago, and I don't remember. But I know I spent like, ooh, I just dropped my foundation. Lord Jesus. But it was like 100 and something that I spent. So what else did I get? And then next thing I got was, what did I get? Oh yeah, and then I got a lipstick. And the lipstick I got was Up the Amp, because when I was busy, but I was still trying to like watch my favorite YouTubers, like my favorite YouTuber subscribers. My one subscriber, she was just going ham like on purple lipstick. So when I was watching her wear purple, I was like, I want purple. So I went on a purple frenzy and I picked up the amp, which I couldn't believe I got. But yeah, I picked up the amp, and this of course was $15. We all know how much MAC lipsticks are. So it was $15 and I'll swatch it for you. But I felt like this was a pretty color. I've been lazy. I don't want to put on lip liner, so they know. Like at my Mac counter at the Nordstrom's, I'll be like, "Can I find one without a lip liner?" Because I don't want to put on lip liner. Because that's how lazy I've been. But this is Up the Amp. Isn't this so pretty? Like I thought this was like a real pretty color, and everybody at the Mac counter was like, "Oh, that's so pretty on you," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." You know, trying to make me feel all nice and special. But yeah, that's all I picked up that go round. I can, if you have any questions about anything or you want to see a product review on anything, you gals know what to do. Just leave me a message or a comment. Thumbs up for more videos, which you'll get because I'm going to film some more for you guys. And I'm going to wipe this off before I smear it on something. But, like I said, if you have any questions on anything or want to see a product review, just let me know. Thumbs up for more videos. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And like always, I love you guys.